Welcome back to episode 13 of Couple of Issues. It is unlike any other episode we've ever done because we've never done an episode 13 before. This episode is brought to you by us. Still.
Roll the intro call!
Couple of issues.
What if we just did this whole
Happy
thing?
Monday or Wednesday, depending, or Tuesday, or Thursday,
Any day,
or
honestly.
Friday.
I was going to say, what if we did this entire thing naked for the YouTube portion? Like, what if we didn't say anything?
And didn't acknowledge it?
Yeah, like we were just...
just cut off, like, what's in frame? Or you're just like your boobies
shows
are out.
everything. Everything is show. Like, it's
And then we
bad.
issue a statement.
Wait, the camera's like all the way on the other side of the room just so they can see our whole bodies.
We keep cutting to this random angle that's just like us. Like, you see our awkward bodies just like perfectly sitting with our arms up.
Yeah,
Like, what? They've never had a second angle before. They clearly wanted us to see their naked bodies.
Yeah, like it would be filmed from like super far away. Like, do you think they would talk about us on other like bigger podcasts? Like, did you see that one couple?
Well, probably, because like, it would probably, that's what we do.
Would we trend on Twitter?
Maybe.
A Twitter moment?
Yeah. More than a couple of issues with this couple. Like, that would be like the...
Yeah, like the headline thing on Twitter.
Like one of those like YouTube news persons.
I just hope
Philip
that...
DeFranco. And let's just jump into it. So you may know Carly and Concho from David Dobrik's vlogs and her boyfriend. And they were naked. And YouTube was monetizing it. And Clorox reached out and said, hey, we don't want to be monetizing this naked couple. So we're in Adpocalypse Part 2 because
we
of couple
started
of issues.
I can hear H3 talking about it in my head. Just like Ethan.
You know, that's really funny.
Yeah.
You know that show Naked and Afraid?
Yeah.
It's just like naked and monetizing.
No, naked and demonetized.
That's really funny.
Our whole thing is just we can't make money at all anymore.
Well, if you're new here, my name is Bruce Wigner.
And I'm Carly and Contra. You can find us on social media
At Couple
Carly
of
and-
Issues.
Yeah, at Couple of
You
Issues.
can find us at Carly.
So I was saying,
Just go to Couple of Issues on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and our personal handles are there.
true.
And so follow both, and all three, and all four.
Sure. All five.
Sum it up real quick. We are a couple. We are a power couple that met on
A dating
app
application.
And we were like, God, we're like the coolest people in the world.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, that's a good thing we have in common. And then
Now we're just here.
Now
Now it's 2 years in and we're still...
we're coming up like almost exactly to our 2-year anniversary.
Yeah, August
16th?
16th-ish, probably, I think, was when I invited Bruce to karaoke with all of my friends.
And here we are. Now we
here
have a
we are.
podcast together. That is pretty
Yeah.
crazy doing stuff as a couple.
Like
You know
this?
what I'm saying?
What do you mean? Like,
It's just like interesting to think about like, it's like literally we do business together now.
yeah. We're
But it's
business
fun.
partners.
You know?
Yeah, I guess I'm so used to it because like that's how everyone is with me. Like,
I know, but that's like interesting to think about. Like if we weren't like on the internet, like we're like social media people.
yeah.
Like if like we just like started a business together. Like
Oh, yeah.
that could be scary.
Like opened a office space,
Like the thought of like,
like a brownie company.
well, it's like I was in a duo, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, if this person quits, that's gonna jeopardize everything.
Yeah.
That's
So
what I'm saying.
again,
So
that's everything.
If
Me
you
and
break
Aaron,
up with
me
me,
and you.
who gets the podcast?
Oh,
We
none
do
of
it
us.
We do it separately.
But we do them separately, but we send each other the audio, so it's like it's like side by side, and it looks awful.
One of us is just crying the whole time.
There's a YouTube channel called Nikki and Gabby, and they're twins. And for a while, one of them was living on the East Coast, and one was living on the West Coast. And they do a lot of sit-down videos or like challenge videos. And for a while, since they were apart, they would do like side-by-side type of videos. It was really interesting.
It's really interesting. Well, she got into some heat, right? Which one like looks like Ariana Grande?
Oh, Gabby. Yeah, Gabby.
Gabi.
Gabi. Yeah, she loves Ariana Grande. What I get from her and like what she said in interviews and stuff is that they look so similar that she can see that Ariana Grande knows how to do like her hair and makeup a certain way, so it works for her too.
But then doesn't she also do like a lot of like Ariana's like aesthetic?
Yes. I think it
She did. Well, she did. She literally did a video like
being Ariana Grande
being
for a
Ariana
day.
Grande
Yeah.
for a day. And Ariana Grande like
said something about it.
What did she say?
So there was a whole clip in it where she had her boyfriend look
Nikki?
like Pete Davidson. No, Gabby.
Gabby?
Yeah, she had her boyfriend look like Pete Davidson, and they were.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
That's so bizarre.
He had like a hat on and a hood, and they're just like on the couch, and she's like, Instagram storying like Harry Potter, because that's what Ariana Grande does. Like they do that together.
So wild.
And so she's like trying to like laugh like her and stuff, and it's like funny, but it's also like, is this real? Like I don't know. And so somebody took that clip and put it on Twitter and was like, made some sassy caption about it, and Ariana Grande replied to it and was like, yeah, that ain't it, or something. And then they had this back and forth, but it was kind of like, I feel like Ariana Grande kind of clapped at her, and then she like backed down. She's like, no girl, like I get it, like we all think we're comedians here, like you're so cute, blah blah. So I don't know.
That's funny.
It's weird. I feel like we talked about this in another podcast, like looking like celebrities and if they think it's weird.
Oh, Bieber.
Yeah. But I don't know.
Also, I highly recommend watching a Justin Bieber. What was it?
It was Justin Bieber, something about like controlling the paparazzi, or
no, it was like something about him with the paparazzi.
It was something really specific.
And it wasn't like trolling, but like he's like, I don't know. I just want to hang out with Biebz.
Yeah.
And like all the videos, it's really interesting because he's like, the paparazzi are going and he's asking them questions. Mm-hmm. He's like, no, where? Like, how long you been here? Like, blah blah blah. And he just like, he's really good with that. Yeah. And then being like, guys, I'm cool. Like, I'm a normal person. Whatever.
He literally treats them exactly just like human beings. Like, I feel like paparazzi treat celebrities like they're wild animals.
I think like probably 3 years ago that wasn't the case.
Yeah, probably not.
Well, 4. Because 2015 was like his rebrand of Purpose.
Oh, okay.
Poipus, I'm sorry.
Poipus.
In its original context.
But the one that made me laugh was when they were like hiking, and the guy's like, they're like talking for a few seconds about something, and he's like, so like, he said, I don't know, the paparazzi said something. It was like, so what do you think about this, Bieber? And Bieber's just like, hey dude, like we're just hiking. You don't need to try to get my attention.
That was so funny. But that's like interesting. Like his whole life, right, is like
being
like we just saw 8th grade last night. Right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of Bieber references. And so we were talking about with our friends last night.
If he watches
like, if he watches that, what does he say to himself? Like, oh, there I am again. Like, this makes sense. Or he's like, oh, wow, they used me.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like at that point you got to be used to it. Like, you walk in Walmart and your picture's all over backpacks and folders.
Outsmarting paparazzi.
Outsmarting paparazzi.
Hold on, I'll find it. Well, we can keep talking. I'll find that clip.
Okay.
Because it's really funny.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. You ready?
Justin, I hope you have a good night.
I'll just play the clip. It's just funny.
Justin, would you consider playing the inauguration? Huh? I'm not trying to antagonize you, just screaming and stuff. Sorry, brother. I'll keep it down. Sounds good. You are a superstar, though, you know. I get what you're saying, but we're on a hike. It's not like you need to get my attention.
It's not like you need to get my attention. Like, I'm already right here.
Yeah, it's on a trail. It's like, Justin!
He's like, dude, we're literally hiking together right now.
Justin! Dude, I'm talking to you.
You already have my attention. I'm already talking to you.
Hey, dude, you've been doing a lot of great stuff lately.
Yeah, I know. You have my attention. You don't need to yell in my ear.
It's so funny. Like being in an elevator.
Hey!
Justin! Can I ask her?
That would be so annoying. Like, I feel like for a lot of people, it's exciting. Oh, I want to be paparazzi. But if you're that big and it's constant, it's probably so annoying.
It's part of his life. That's what's nuts.
It's like the Kardashians. Like, they can't go anywhere without, like blinders over their face, you know, holding something over their face. Or
it's wild because people are making money off of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's almost like, that's why you'll see some celebrities like walk backwards. Like, if you can't get a shot of me, you can't make money. And it's like, some of the celebrities are like, oh, I get it. Like, you need to make money.
Yeah,
like, it makes sense, whatever.
Did you ever hear the story about, I don't know if it was true or not, but Taylor Swift, she went into a suitcase and someone carried the suitcase out into the car.
No way.
Yeah, like, I don't know if that's true. But that sounds like something that maybe she would do.
I don't think she would.
Did you hear she turned into a snake? They put her in a cage and then she reformed into Taylor Swift.
Well, this is the 13th episode, so it makes sense.
Oh my god, that's weird. I can't believe we're twins.
Look what you made me do.
So it's been a week.
It's been 1 week since I looked at you.
So if you're new here, we are on YouTube, we are on iTunes, we're on Spotify, or Apple Podcasts, I'm sorry. And a lot of people keep asking, where is it on Spotify? And
yeah, I don't get it.
Some people see it, some people don't.
It's a magic trick.
So just
look, and if it's not there, it'll probably be there for you at some point. Yeah. I don't really get it.
But it's on YouTube, and it's on Apple Podcasts.
Mm-hmm. You can subscribe. And if you subscribe to Apple Podcasts, it'll download automatically for you when we release one.
Yeah.
So it's really nice for, like, if you're flying, it's so nice to already have them downloaded.
And the reviews are so nice.
Oh, yeah. If you want to leave us a good review, that would be fine. You know, like, it would help us.
Yeah.
And it'd help you,
So
karma-wise.
this week has
Karma-wise.
been fun. A lot of cool stuff went on, some of which I can't talk about. 2 things I can't talk about. But I'll talk about, I did a song with our buddy Scotty Sire.
I heard it. It's a bop.
It's a bop.
It's fun.
He put it in his vlog, like a lot of it.
Yeah, he did.
It's a song called Stick Around. And I'm really excited about it because we've always been like, we should do a song. We should do a
you've never
song.
worked together.
I know. And it's like finally it was just like, hey, let's do a song together. And we bopped. He drank some Jameson. A lot of Jameson.
As per usual.
As per Scotty
usual. I know. Whenever I see his vlogs, like doing songs with Fitz or whatever, they're always drinking. Even our friend Jay Walker, I think he does too. Like I always see them drinking. Like how do you sing when you're
Jay was
tipsy?
here. I did a song with Jay too, with
Did he
like
drink too?
Elton and stuff. And Jay drank Jameson.
Is that normal? Like when you have writing sessions or like recording, do people normally drink?
It depends.
Yeah.
Like if if I'm doing hip hop sessions, like there's got to be some sort of alcohol. Like like somebody in the room wants to be drinking. Sometimes people want to smoke. For me, I do most of my sessions at 1 p.m.
Yeah.
So it's usually writing. So like every once in a while, someone's like, "Can I step out? I just need to like smoke to get like whatever." It's like, yeah, go out to the balcony, do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Sometimes people will drink, but for the most part, people are usually pretty sober.
I can't imagine. I could never do that.
But like a lot of people when they're actually tracking vocals want to loosen up. So if they drink, it kind of gets them like. Because you get in your head. When you're in front of a microphone, you're singing, you have headphones on, you're hearing yourself so much, and then also on top of that, somebody else is hearing you too.
Yeah,
so
it's
you
probably
get like really
nerve-wracking.
like self-conscious. So
and then you're just like different.
Yeah.
And if you're not, I get it. Because one time I was drinking and playing Halo, and I was way better when I was
That's so
tipsy. So I get it.
like I know Cody from Set It Off likes to do, I think he does tequila. He'll do like a shot of tequila.
That sounds
or
really good
whiskey,
right now.
maybe. And that just loosens him up. And
We did that for our podcast.
phenomenal.
We drank margaritas a few weeks ago.
That's true.
And then I think something happened. Like we put it on Libsyn, we put it out, and I feel like we forgot something. Or maybe we forgot it before we actually posted it. We're like, oh no, we've been drinking. Good thing we didn't forget. I don't know. We almost made a mistake.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Yeah, me neither.
But you had a big
But
week.
yeah, so McDonald's treated me and Aaron this week.
Yeah, that was so wild. How did
Yeah.
that come about?
So, if you guys don't know what a mukbang is, it's a video where you just like eat in front of the camera. I think I've talked about this before in the podcast. But long story short, you eat and you film it and you kind of talk, makes people feel like they're eating with you in Korea.
For people like who didn't want to eat by themselves.
Yeah.
So you would eat with a YouTuber.
Yes. Or just like, I don't even think it started on YouTube. I think it started
Yeah.
as like something, I don't know. But anyway, so we did a video with doing that with McDonald's with our friend Matt King, who is one of our friends. And McDonald's saw that video, and a few weeks later we got this huge package, and they sent us these, like, it was so funny. They sent us trays for our car.
It was pretty insane.
And it associated like exactly where we were. So like Aaron's package was a tray for the steering wheel. Like it attaches to the steering wheel. It's a McDonald's tray for the steering wheel. Mine was for the passenger seat. So it like, I forgot how it hooked on, or it like was on the dashboard or something.
Yeah.
And then Matt's was for the back seat. So it like hooks onto like the little
That's so funny.
compartment on the back of the seat, and it has like a little cup holder.
Yeah.
Really funny. And we all got customized robes.
The robes were insane.
And it has,
I was
like-
so jealous of that. They're
I
like,
know.
they look dope.
They're bright red. They have
Didn't
like,
you wear them on a plane or something?
we were going to, but they're like so hot and thick.
Yeah.
Like me. So hot and thick. So he didn't want to.
Wow.
Hot and Thick podcast. Welcome back. And it has like the M embroidered in. Does it have our names?
I feel like it has your names.
I don't know why I can't remember, but I don't remember anything.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, you're very on brand for it right now.
Yeah, I'm just sponsoring McDonald's for our podcast. Not really.
Well,
though.
not really, unless they want to pay us.
Yeah, so they reached out again and they were like, hey, this week is Big Mac Day, which like we didn't know what that meant. We're like, okay, cool.
Oh, yeah. It was like anniversary or something?
Yeah, it was like the 50th anniversary of the Big Mac, I guess.
50th. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
So almost as like old as our parents. That's crazy. Big Mac Day. And sorry. And they were like, we want to do a in-person delivery to your apartment. Well,
That's creepy.
Yeah, they're like,
Ronald McDonald's like, hey, I brought some stuff for you.
Wait,
You want
side
this
note?
Big Mac? He's like, Ronald McDonald lost it.
he just comes in and destroys our apartment.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell?
Happy 50th, bitches.
Just like squirting ketchup everywhere. What happened?
I know, I hit my nose. It scared me. I thought Ronald McDonald was coming for me.
Side note, when I was really little, my mom took me to a McDonald's and the clown was in there making balloons. And I don't have a fear of clowns, but I was so scared. And I was crying. I was like, tell the clown to go home. Like, I was just screaming. God. Yeah. Anyways, so they're like, can we do an in-person delivery? Can Matt be there? Matt went out of town, so he wasn't there. But they showed up. We had no idea what to expect. Mm-hmm. She basically had 3 clear, it looked like makeup, like container boxes or something. And in each one, there are 50 gold coins, which basically it's like going to be McDonald's currency for Big Macs. So what we can do, like what Aaron and Matt can do, is take a coin and go to McDonald's and be like, can I get a Big Mac? And use that as like a currency.
What?
So like Aaron joked and she was like, I can't believe this is the new Bitcoin.
That's so funny. I'm investing in Big Mac.
Yeah. But I guess also for like other people, if you order a Big Mac, you get a coin like with it. And then you can bring the coin back and get a free Big Mac.
Interesting.
So weird. So we're like, what? Like we didn't really understand.
Do you think if you go to McDonald's right now, they'd be like, "Oh, we know what this is," or they'd be like, "I'm not giving you a Big Mac for this fucking gold coin."
No, we asked. We were like, "Is this a thing? We could just go to McDonald's?" They're like, yeah, it's a nationwide thing, like starting this week or something.
Don't cry.
And so I was really choked up. You know what's sad though? I don't know if I've ever had a Big Mac.
Oh, really? I've never had a Big Mac.
Should we go get one?
I don't think I would survive a Big Mac.
Oh, they have weird
my
sauce.
stomach issues.
I think
it's the meat. I can't handle their meat.
Yeah, their meat is like it. I'm like talking about McDonald's, but like it literally always hurts my stomach.
Yeah,
I don't know
Wendy's
what it
is the only fast food like burger joint I can really eat.
Interesting, and like In-N-Out a little bit.
Well, In-N-Out too. Yeah,
I feel like In-N-Out's very like. I feel like In-N-Out's the least tasting fast food burger I've ever had.
The more real.
Yeah.
Meat.
Do you agree?
Do you agree?
Do you agree? Because I will change my mind.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
I also like going to those 50s diner-esque places. Their burgers are usually pretty
Oh,
dope.
yeah.
And it's like fringy on the end of the meat.
Fringy?
You know what I mean? It's kind of like falling apart a little bit at the end.
Ooh, that's how I feel like
That's
Wendy's
some
are.
good stuff right there. You know what I'm saying?
We'll talk about fringy burgers.
I do want to address something that happened on last podcast.
What?
We got a lot of hate for this, so I just want to reiterate. Got a lot of hate about the hunting comments. Mm-hmm. Hear us out. I totally understand why people hunt, and I understand that it's a huge, it's better than, animals getting slaughtered. It's like you're killing deer and then you're eating it, and I said in it, I was like, no, there's a reason they hunt. It's to keep from overpopulation.
Yeah, you did say that.
And it messes with everything. So I think, we're getting people being like, oh, typical LA people. Blah,
I know,
blah, blah.
yeah.
I was just we were just making.
In their own bubble.
Hey, we're under comedy podcast because we're making a joke that we feel bad for the deer.
Yeah, so relax.
Gosh. So, sorry.
And what I remember saying, it's sad. I just think it's sad animals, literally any animal dying to me is just sad.
Yeah.
Even if it's for a good purpose.
But you eat meat.
Yes.
So it's
I love
that.
meat.
I'm just going off your point.
No, yeah.
I think some people were jumping on.
Yeah. What's interesting is one of our friends, she lives on a farm, and she obsessed with animals. Will kiss her chickens. Yeah.
Kiss her chickens.
She'll kiss the chicken. She literally
living chickens.
Living ones, yeah. And she has rats and a bunch of animals. She literally one time showered with little chicks and was just filming her feet. It was so cute. But she eats meat too. So it's not she's very, but
she'll raise the chicken and then eat them.
I think so. I don't want to.
That's what my friend's dad is.
Okay,
he raises chickens until
and then they kill them and eat them.
Once they die.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to eat them now.
Yeah,
because he's I give them a good life.
Yeah, and they're loved and they're not injected with chemicals and they're just whatever. I just feel like no matter what, everyone's just gonna have different opinions about eating meat.
But when it comes to the deer thing, that is actually a thing. That's why I said it. I was like, I don't know enough to talk about it.
Yeah.
But you guys proved my point. I was like, I think they need to do that because of overpopulation, because it's like a domino effect.
We're not an ecosystems podcast.
Yeah, I know, right?
Our podcast is under the ecosystems category. There is one.
We're number one in ecosystems this week.
Hell yeah! And then we get kicked off because we talked about.
But that's enough. That's our opinions. We don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
Yeah,
so
we love animals. We still eat them. I'm sorry, but the deer thing, don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways,
deer thing we do know.
What?
The rest we don't.
Yes. Sorry, I got jumbled up in my head.
But
We went, Friday, we went to
oh yeah, so
your friend Analia.
Yeah.
Analia? I think her name's Analia. Her friend said Analia.
But I'm from Philly, so I say Analia.
Oh, so it just depends on your...
My nasally
European.
Philly accent. Analia.
Mario.
And then I drank water and got a Wawa hoagie, buffalo chicken.
Can't do it.
Anyways, Philadelphia Eagles, Super Bowl champs.
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia Eagles.
Are you saying Philadelphia as a whole, but it's like...
Are you talking about the Philadelphia Eagles?
Are you saying Philadelphia?
Philadelphia Eagles. That's the Philly way to say it. Philadelphia Eagles.
But like that's I'm saying the whole word Philadelphia, but it's like...
Dude, I watched the Eagles game Monday night. I get my Wawa hoagie.
It's like you're from a different country.
Go down to...
It's like a whole different country.
Go down to Conshohocken. Anyways, so went to her show, went to Analia show, and we've been writing some songs together. So she closed her set with the song we wrote. It was really cool to see that.
Yeah, it was
live.
cool. Yeah, I love that. Second time I've seen somebody perform a song that you did.
What was the first?
AK.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. That was nuts.
Yeah, that was
cool.
crazy. I think, and it's just so cool to see that. Like,
Yeah.
it's really cool to see something that you do and, like, it coming to life. And
Yeah, it's
somebody's
pretty
like,
nuts.
I don't know how to explain it. It's just really freaking cool. And it's almost like, when you're at a concert and you don't really know the band that well, but once they play the song that you know, you're like, oh, yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like that.
That's
but
true,
it was
yeah.
like, there are so many more elements because, like, I know, like, how long you guys... Like how long that's been a song.
Yeah.
And like I've heard it so many times and like you've done different things to it. I don't know,
Yeah.
it's so cool.
It is really cool.
So it's really cool to see.
It's fun.
Yeah. Is that a
And-
weird feeling for you, seeing somebody perform?
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. It's a really cool feeling. Like anytime, you know what was the coolest was when I did Out Loud with Gabby, and a bunch of people were doing covers.
Oh yeah.
Remember, like I was getting like choked up. I was
Yeah.
like, "Whoa, these fucking people!"
Like, this is
they,
crazy.
Like I was like reaching out to people. I was like, "I love your cover." It was like really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there was a lot of like that. That was like that stuff's the coolest when songs
Yeah.
come out and then people cover that. It's like whoa.
Whoa, yeah.
But it was really funny there. And this wasn't Annalia's fault at all. But she came over. I guess her friends were getting shots and was like, "Do you guys want to do shots?" And Carly's like, "I'll do one." And it was kind of like implied, like, we got you a shot. So like, do you want to
He's
do
like,
it?
who wants shots?
Yeah, who wants shots?
Yeah.
Whatever. So Carly does the shot, and then they're like, okay, so you got, then like this other girl comes over and is like, okay, you guys go like $16.
I was like, what?
And Carly's like, what the hell? I wouldn't have done the shot. Like $8 to the person for
I
a
know.
shot.
I mean,
It was
I
just
don't
really
mind.
funny.
Like, I don't mind paying for it at all. It was just like I was so confused. Like, wait, what?
It's just really funny.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, I don't know.
But it's not. They're not wrong or anything.
Yeah.
But that always makes.
It's kind of like if somebody like offered to drive somewhere and then was just like, oh no, I'll drive. It's like, no, it's cool. Like, I'm just gonna drive myself or I'm gonna get an Uber. Like, no, I'll drive. Hey, can you give me gas money
Yeah.
too? It's kind of like, oh, like I would have drove us.
Yeah.
Like that's why I was gonna drive.
Yeah, exactly.
kinda funny.
I could have got like a margarita or something, but it's
Yeah.
okay. But that reminded me of I don't know if anyone else feels this way. I always get this feeling when we're out to eat with like a group of people and the check comes and even when we sit down at the restaurant, before we
You're
even order
worried.
drinks, I'm like, how are we all gonna pay for this? Like, are we gonna split it up? Is one person gonna get it and we're gonna like send them money or like, I don't know. And I don't want to seem rude by not grabbing the check right away or
Yeah.
like letting someone else do it. I don't know.
If
It
only
always
we
stresses me
had a sponsor to talk about an app that we
only.
could use for this.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I was like, we do?
So that's funny. But the interesting thing about that is in the South, like whenever I'm in Tennessee, it's implied that you're going to get like they say, are you guys going to need separate checks? Like before you even order, like you guys
really?
going to be paying together or separate checks?
It's so nice.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And then they're like, and you're like, oh yeah, separate checks, that'd be great. I'm like, cool, just so I know I can put it all, whatever. For some reason, I guess here and where I'm from, it's always like the biggest deal.
It is. They're like,
to
we
split the
can't
check.
separate
and
it.
I can
It's
see the
impossible.
comments now. The comments are like, that's because there needs to be
Yeah,
a
I
code
know.
from the manager. I get it. But it's like, and I'm not blaming the people that are waiters and waitresses. I'm blaming the like system. Like,
Yeah.
why can't there
The
be
man.
a system in place of like, it's implied that like it would be so much easier. And I feel like in theory, your tips would be better if everybody individually paid.
Yeah.
Right?
I would think so too.
I could be wrong,
Or does it add the same? Add up to the same. I don't know. But you know what?
but people might be inclined to tip more if it's just theirs.
Yeah, that's
Also,
true.
sorry, I'm going on a little tangent right now.
Go for it.
People that tip with cents,
Why?
are assholes.
Why?
Like, I have friends that'll be like, oh, I want it in my bank to be an even number. So if it was like, whatever, I'm horrible at math, but say it was like 118 and then they tip, so the 18 rounds up to be $2 total.
Yeah.
It's like, then, oh, you're tipping the person cents, like 70 cents or whatever it is. It's like, come on.
And it's so much easier for you just like write a whole number and just add it, and then you'll figure it out later. Like,
and I've never been a waiter or waitress. I've just been a milkshake boy. And so whenever I got tips, it was just like from the waiters and waitresses, they would just give me like a portion of it because I would make the milkshakes for them. And which sounds really weird. But
only made them for them.
Is it like, if you get paid by those cents, like you're literally, like especially for cards, how does that work out? They just put it in a check? Do they give you cash and with cents, you take that from the drawer?
I think they take it from the drawer.
That's interesting.
Because in their system, it's like so much extra money.
I'd be so mad to be like, I have to take
I know.
19 cents now.
You know what'd be cool? You know how I don't know if no, it is like this other places. Like Applebee's and Olive Garden, they have these little machines at your table.
Yeah.
And you can literally just split up everything and pay for it as you want. And I think that'd be really cool if they did that literally everywhere. And maybe it has nothing to do with ordering food. So like waiters and waitresses still had jobs, but that would be like a way to pay. Like just a little machine.
It's how it is.
Yeah, but at those places I know you can like order food and stuff, right?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like they just bring it over at the end. They'd be like, figure it out.
Yeah, like that would be cool.
Yeah.
Like if every place had that, and then we could all figure it out ourselves. We could all tip. Like I feel like it's so much easier and less stressful for everybody.
It is, and it even prints receipts.
Yeah,
it takes your card, it prints receipts, it does it all.
I think we're
cool.
getting there as a society.
I don't know how we got on the subject of that.
I don't either.
But
splitting bills.
After Annalia's show, we were gonna park and meet her somewhere, and there's no parking anywhere. So we literally drove from Hollywood, or from, like literally a 25-minute drive to get back to where I live, to Uber back because there's no parking. And I was like, I want pizza. So we stopped to get pizza. And this is like the most LA shit. We're sitting, eating like right outside the place. There's table, and I'm eating pizza.
Outside, yeah.
And like, it's like literally on the sidewalk. And this homeless guy comes over with like this giant cup. It's like a big gulp from 7-Eleven. I don't know what was in it. There's definitely some sort of alcohol in it. And literally, we're at this little table. He puts his cup down
on our table
and walks inside.
While we're eating.
I went, yo, man, no. Like, you're not leaving this here. And he's like, I can't leave it on a car. I was like, okay.
That's not my
Don't
problem.
leave it on the table. So it was just like, and then he puts it right by my foot, and he's like, I'll be right back. And I was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
So
he was mad at us for not wanting his cup of God knows what on our table.
Yeah, I was like, what? This could be your piss for all I know. And
Yeah.
You're just carrying it around. I don't know, man. Like,
that's such an LA thing. And it's funny because like the way we react to it is like you could tell we've lived here for a little bit, because if that happened in like
That's really
Nebraska,
funny.
I'd be like, what's happening? Like, why is this person setting a cup down? This is so
I know,
weird.
me and
but
him
it's
were
so
literally
great.
arguing. I was like, you can't put it there, man. Like,
it was like you already knew each other.
yeah.
Like, come on again.
Yeah, don't do this. Come on.
Yeah.
It's like, I respect you, man. Just don't put your cup next to my pizza. I was like, if this spills, you're going to ruin everything. It was don't have an open lid big gulp.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Random liquid.
Yeah. And don't just set it on people's tables.
That's really funny.
Yeah. And then yesterday we saw the movie 8th Grade.
Oh, Bo Burnham's
So
film,
good.
8th Grade. It's really good.
Really good. But I won't spoil anything.
Yeah, no, we're not going to spoil anything, but it's worth seeing.
For sure.
And I guess it was hyped a bit before we saw it,
Yeah.
but
we don't like that.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But
I like going to movies. Sorry, I like going to movies when I don't know anything about them.
I know, and that's why
that's the most
if
interesting.
you want to see this movie and you don't want to know anything about it, like we're not going to spoil anything. I'm just going to give you the basic summary of it. Just skip like 1 minute.
Yes.
Because I'll give you
I'll time you.
Yeah. So basically, it's just this girl is super anxious and she's in 8th grade, and it talks about like being in school and like literally every situation of being like young and in middle school or high school and kind of going through like all the little things, like all within like a pretty short amount of time.
Yeah.
And it's done really well.
Yeah.
And
It makes you feel like things you felt when you were younger.
Yeah,
I feel
it's
like.
so well done.
Yeah.
So you can listen again. It hasn't been a minute. So for those people that skipped a minute, no, you know, it'd be really funny if it skipped to like right here. And And then I killed him,
And
but
then-
I didn't know, I was just like,
They
people
all
are like, what
died.
did I miss?
They all died at the end of the movie.
Yeah. No. But that's my thing is like, I hate knowing anything going into a movie.
Even if someone's like, it's the best movie I've ever seen, like you hate that.
I hate that so much.
Yeah, I get it.
If people are like, dude, it's not worth seeing, like, or no, I'm not going to ruin anything. I'm like, I know what you're about to say because you're going to go, I'm not going to ruin anything. It's really good.
Yeah.
Or the end's like amazing. It's so worth it. It's like, I don't want to know any of that.
Yeah.
Like that, like I like going into things like the most like, I don't know anything about this. So like 8th grade, like I knew the slightest bit and I was like, even that's enough. And we were walking with our friend Brandon who wanted to see it again. And he's like, I'm not going to ruin anything. I was like, dude, just don't, please, just like, and then I look like a dick. I'm like, I just don't want to know anything.
Yeah.
And like, no. All I'm going to say is it's really good. It's really well done.
Fuck you.
I'm like, gosh. And I know I'm saying that now, so I'm such a hypocrite. But it's just I hate knowing.
Yeah, a lot of people aren't like that though, so I think it's okay.
Yeah,
a lot of people
knowing
know
anything.
like that. People watch trailers and stuff. I don't even like want to see a trailer
Same.
if
Half the time, did you ever realize like trailers ruin the movie?
Yeah.
You end up watching the
It's,
movie
like,
and
the
you're like,
best
oh my God.
parts.
Or there's parts like a lot of comedy movies, the trailers have like outtake scenes or stuff where it's like really funny or like a lot
yeah.
like Pineapple Express. There was this one famous thing that no, it was super bad. It was something like really funny they said in the trailer. It wasn't even in the movie at all.
Wouldn't they
So it was
catch
like
that?
waiting for it.
like-
But the people that do the trailer, it's separate from. So I guess they send them like, here's
editing.
like the rough edit or whatever. Now they're gonna make the trailer, and or they send them certain scenes. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys.
The first time I ever experienced that, and the only reason I know I like doing that, like seeing movies without knowing anything about it, was when I don't know if a lot of people know this, but Catfish, before it was a TV show on MTV,
Yeah.
was a movie, like a
Oh, yeah,
documentary, and Neve like. It was basically what Catfish is. So he fell in love with this girl on Facebook, and like her whole family had Facebooks and everything, and they finally met, and it wasn't her at all. But I had no idea what it was about. I just saw, I don't know what it was. I think my friend was like, oh, I think it's like a movie about Facebook or something. And I was like, cool. So you start it.
Cool.
And I was like,
On my way.
it's so wild if you have no idea what it's about, because like the movie, like
that's the best way to see it.
Yeah, the middle of the movie, it's like, wait, I feel like she's not telling the truth. I don't think this is her. And they start doing research, and it gets really intense. And then they literally fly to where she lives and like knock on the door without any warning. It's so good. And I was like, is this a horror movie? Like, I don't understand. Like, is someone gonna get murdered? I don't get it. Oh,
That's
it's
great,
so
though, not
good.
knowing.
Yeah, especially Catfish, where it's very intense.
Yeah.
Like, very intense and real. It was real footage. Like, everything was real. It wasn't it was a documentary.
Those are my favorite kind of movies that reference
Yeah.
like old clips and like have that involved. Like I think that's
Yeah.
so
Like,
cool.
We should watch that doc, actually. Catfish documentary. It's
Yeah,
really
I've
good.
never seen it.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Sucks that you know about it now, though. I just said everything.
But that's even like I'm not a book reader.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me. Or it's even like podcasts, like the audio versus video. So we do a YouTube version and then we
Yeah.
do the Apple podcast version. You can subscribe to both.
You can.
But it's like some people will comment like I only like listening. Then some people comment like I only like watching.
Yeah.
And then some people like doing both. Like I like listening on Monday and then watching on a Wednesday. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's like a different experience. And I understand that. Or it's even like I don't read books. Like I know I should read more books, but like I don't read any books. But I've heard so many people be like, "I read the book. The movie doesn't do it
Oh,
justice."
almost every time.
Yeah.
I think except Harry Potter. I think Harry Potter's like the only one
That's
that people are
true.
like, it's amazing.
Yeah.
But when I was in high school, I was reading the Twilight series. I was in the middle of the last book of the whole thing, and I saw the first movie because it had just come out, and it ruined it. I didn't finish it.
Really?
And I was obsessed with them, and it literally ruined it for me.
You know what's funny? I went and saw the premiere of Twilight.
Did you like it?
At like a midnight premiere. No. I went.
Who'd you go with?
I went with the girl I was dating at the time,
Yeah.
and she was like really into it. And I guess
It was
I was
bad,
like,
right?
yeah, man, that must have been 10 years ago, and 11 years ago, and
Yeah, it was.
went and it was the moment. What's his name? Edward Cullen.
Edward Cullen.
He
You're
comes
not-
on the screen and like a One Direction concert.
Oh my God,
Ear
I
piercing.
bet.
And I looked at her and I was like, what are we doing? And
What
she just
cult
started
am I in?
cracking up. I was
Yeah.
like, no. And then the whole time, if they kissed, if anything happened, it was just like, freaking out.
Do you think the acting was really bad? Like, I feel like she had no personality the whole movie.
I think that's like her, like, I don't know. I didn't think it was bad. Like now looking, I'm like, I don't know what her range is. It seems like she's really good at just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
that thing,
like
you know, just like.
I guess coming from reading
Edward.
the book, it's so disappointing because the book, it's true. You like when
Yeah,
I
'cause,
read
like,
the
when
book,
yeah.
I had such a huge imagination of like what everyone looked like, and the second book, Edward leaves and she has no idea where he goes. And I know someone told me he like comes back towards the end, but I was literally heartbroken. Like I would hang out with my friends, like guys, I gotta go home and like keep reading. Like I can't hang out right now. Like I need Edward to come back. Like that's so funny.
That's really interesting.
Like I was that into it, and I felt like this is so ridiculous, but I felt like I lost somebody, and I was like, I need him to come back. Like I just need to know when he comes back and what it's gonna be like.
Dang.
So I'm crazy, but it was like that's the thing.
That's really cool though.
Reading gives you that big imagination, and it makes you feel like you're in that world, and then you see the movie, and it's so disappointing.
Well, that's what's fun sometimes. What were we just talking about with this? Where I was saying I'd rather.
Like about listening versus watching.
Yeah, man. There's an example I was just talking about this with. Can't remember.
Yeah.
But it's like the idea of like when I hear Up and Vanished.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we were talking about how because we talked about it in the last podcast and the disappearance of Tara Grinstead, and the listening to those podcasts is my favorite because I visualize it a certain way, and when I hear it described, I'm like, this is how I picture it. And whenever they reference a house, I have that in my memory, and it's so cool. So that I get is almost the book sense. If I would see it and it wasn't that, I'd be like, this kind of ruins
like
it.
imagine they took that and made it into like a fake movie, like a fantasy movie, and it was like terrible acting and nothing lived up to what you heard.
Yeah.
It
Well,
sucks.
the weird thing is like they would describe it and they described her house and I had it pictured in my head and I looked up pictures. It was nothing like I pictured.
Oh, that sucks.
But the weird thing was with our friend Tommy, he was talking about moving, like working on set, and I'm like, my favorite chicken is Chick-fil-A. I'm like, there's like crack in it or something because like I'm addicted to the
So
chicken
good.
and the sweet tea. But he was talking about how he was working on set. I think it was in Tennessee or Georgia or something, and Chick-fil-A catered it, and maybe it was for a Chick-fil-A commercial or something. I forget.
Oh, now I
I'm
want
screwing up the
Chick-fil-A.
story. But yeah, it's Sunday. It's closed. I mean, it's Monday. But he was saying that Chick-fil-A not only like catered it, they like made the chicken there. Like it was like homemade Chick-fil-A. And he told me the story. And to the point where when people tell me stories, I visualize it and like that'll help me remember that forever. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So some people like show me stuff, like it's harder for me to remember because I didn't like paint a picture in my brain.
Yeah.
So we were talking about it last night and somehow it got brought up. And I was like, yeah, dude, like I was like, is this weird? I pictured that place like the one building was like a castle. Like it was because he was talking about it was like an old college. And I was like, picture it almost like a castle-esque kind of thing. And then there's like a mountain a little bit in the back. And he pulls up pictures. And I was like, oh my God, that's exactly how I pictured it. It was so crazy. I don't
sure he
know
didn't
what
show it to
brought
you
that up.
before?
No. And that's why I was like, dude, I wish I would have described it before he showed me.
Yeah.
Like that would have been
castle.
so cool. Yeah. Like the one building was like that.
Oh, weird.
But I mean, that's like certain podcasts are more interesting to listen to than to watch.
Yeah. I feel like for me, when I watch them, I don't want to go
subscribe to
back.
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I didn't hear you because I was talking.
No, I know. I'm sorry. I was cutting off. Go.
It's okay. It's okay.
You want to go back?
No, if I watch one, usually if I watch podcasts, I don't want to go back and start listening. I want to keep just like watching them as they come out.
That's
like
true.
with Chris D'Elia, we would listen to all of them, and now that he has a video, it's like I'd rather watch that than listen to it.
I think
Unless
'cause
I'm
he's-
driving and I'm like, I want something to listen to.
He's
But,
really animated too.
yeah.
You know
and-
what'd be really interesting?
What?
To find out if anybody's listening, if you could like tweet us or email us, coupleofissuespodcast@gmail.com or at couple of issues. If you found us through the podcast app, right?
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Because like in the beginning, we shot up on the charts. And so
Yeah.
I wonder if somebody was like, oh, I want to check this out and see what
Yeah.
it is. And you like, well, I guess you see our picture. So you can kind of guess what we look like, but we're like filtered out. But
Yeah.
like what people might picture us to look like.
Yeah.
Like the comment I get the most when people meet me is like, oh, you're way shorter in person.
Because your voice is so deep.
Maybe.
think
And I
that's-
guess you don't see in my bottom half.
Oh, from like, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Even when I would play shows, right? The weekend where I would play shows, I'd be on stage. People see me.
Yeah.
And I'd walk off and they'd be like, oh, you're way shorter. Like, you were up on the stage, so I couldn't tell how tall you were.
I guess it's different because you're.
And Johnny was like a little taller than me. It wasn't
Yeah.
like that much taller. So, like, when we would go off stage, they'd be like, oh, he's average and you're short.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
Well, we're both short, so if anyone's wondering, we're both really short.
So every week we go and we read some emails. So if you guys are interested in sending us emails about any issues you have going on in your life, whether it's relationship, it could be happy stuff too. Positive stuff would be cool to talk about.
Yeah. I like talking about happy things.
Happy things
Or
are
just
great.
like things you're confused about, maybe.
Any
It's not
funny
like-
situations are good too. But a couple of issues podcast@gmail.com is our email. And if even if there's anything you want to call us out for that we've talked about in the past, and we can have a nice little back and forth.
Be gentle. Please be gentle.
Be harsh. Go for it. I
right.
see your harsh comments in the YouTubes, and I'm going to stop reading the comments.
Oh, yeah.
I read
You're
two
like, how
comments.
about you read them and
I
let
was
me
like,
know?
Carly, you read them now. I get really, really insecure real quick.
Yeah, it's tough. Aaron and I get them too a lot now.
I mean, it's
but
just people's opinions.
It's just what happens.
It's funny.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to read the first one. Is that
Go
cool?
for it.
All right. So this girl says anxiety issues. First off, I'd like to thank you for... Sorry, let me start over. I can't read. First off, I would like to thank you profusely for the opportunity to share and receive advice about personal stories and issues like mine. You're welcome. Okay. I'm almost 16 and I have had mental health issues for a while now, but a couple of months ago, I started to develop a serious sleep anxiety problem.
Okay.
Interesting. What she does is she says she goes back through every conversation I've ever had and dissect what I could have said or done better. I also suddenly remember everything on my to-do list for weeks on end and get stressed out to the point of panic attacks.
Wait. Because those are two different points.
Yeah, they are.
That first thing, I can't relate more than that.
I know, yeah.
I could not relate more than to that statement. I do that literally all the time. And why do we do that?
I don't know.
I literally will beat myself up where, like, if I had an opportunity, I think we've even talked about it, where, like, even, like, if I leave good friends of mine, when I walk away, I'm like, why did I say that one thing? Like, do they hate me now? Like, are they like, wow, what an asshole? Why did he say that? Or like, I literally get in my head, but I've gotten good at like being like, just who gives a shit? Let it go. It's no big deal.
That's good that you've gotten there.
But it's like, I don't know what caused that. I feel like for me, it was like incidents when I was younger, like growing up, like especially in high school.
Yeah.
And like certain incidents with like friends and like being like ditched or left out of plans and stuff that made me like really insecure that I was just like, oh shit, like I'm not good enough. Like people hate me. Where it built up like this insecurity in my brain.
I mean,
like,
that makes sense.
I'm also like the most nervous person.
Yeah. Bruce is always like bouncing his legs up and down. Like probably right now.
Yeah.
I'm always like, what's wrong? He's like, I don't know. But yeah, that's weird. And it's funny because like you're probably one of the, well, not only, but like you're one of those people who everybody just likes.
You say that, but I don't know if that's true.
I think you're just so insecure.
I saw
you don't think
two
it's true.
YouTube comments.
Okay, but that was like a YouTube comment, not our friends. You're like literally the easiest person to get along with.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. And yeah, the thing she said about suddenly remembering everything on my to-do list for weeks, I feel like I do that.
Yeah, that's really funny. That's where we split.
Yeah.
And that becomes about you.
Yeah, I just like, I'll wake up in the morning and be like, oh my God, I don't know how I'm going to do all these things. But it's also like, it's probably not that many things, but to me, it just feels like,
I know
I don't know how it's going to be done.
Isn't
but
that
it will.
interesting? That like, because for me, being like super nervous about everything, that's the one thing I pride myself on is like, I'll figure it out. I'll get it done.
Yeah.
Maybe
that's
because
good.
there's been so many times that I've like, just like made it work and made it happen. I was like, I thank God that that's my one thing that I'm like, it'll work itself out. I'll get it figured out.
Yeah.
Whatever. Whereas you, I feel like you really get in your head.
I do.
About stuff. Like we're trying to move into a place right now, and there's like some stress building around that.
Yeah, because we
And
won't
you're
know.
like-
we won't know.
You bring
till,
it
like,
up like every hour. And
It's
I'm, like,
because I need to have a
calm you down.
Yeah, I think it's because I need to have a plan in my head.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it makes sense. Like I understand.
So that's why I bring it up. I'm not trying to be like anxious. Like, what are we gonna do? It's just like I need to know what we should do if it doesn't work out. because like to me that makes me feel so much more at ease. Yeah. It's funny that we're opposite.
The funny thing with me is I don't know why, but I'm like, if I make up a backup plan, like, I've seen this happen so much. If I have a backup plan, that's what it'll be.
Oh.
If we don't move into here, we have to do this.
Yeah.
We're going to end up doing this.
Yeah.
It's like I like to have like no safety net, which is like probably a terrible way to think.
I can't. It's how I'm like, my stuff is out.
I've literally gone all in with everything. Yeah. So I'm just like, okay, it's got to work.
Yeah.
If not, I'm screwed.
I mean, maybe that's a good way to look at it. I don't know.
Probably not for a living situation.
I'm like, all my stuff is out of my apartment.
Way better with that.
Like the last week of August. So like, if there's nowhere for us to go, I'm screwed. Like, I don't know what to do.
I think because in my mind, I'm like, you can always stay here until we figured it out.
Yeah, but where's all my stuff gonna go?
We'll figure it out.
But then I have to get movers twice. Like, this is what I think of. Like, then I have to hire movers twice. Like, I have a bed and dresser and like, blah, blah, blah. Anyways. Back to this girl's problem. We just went on to our problems. It is interesting though how like we're opposite. Yeah. We're opposite. We're like, when I leave a room, I don't ever think that I did anything. Like, unless somebody, it's obvious, or it's like, why did you say that? Then I'm like, oh crap.
Yeah.
But I don't have that insecurity, but like, it's opposite. I have the insecurity of like, how am I gonna do these things all day?
I wish you would have saw me like even 5-6 years ago, and like people close to me would have no idea. But it's like when I meet new people, probably in sessions. I remember like recording bands, and I'd be really weird on Snapchat, and they're like, oh, you're like really goofy.
Yeah.
And it was like I was afraid to show my weird side for a while.
Yeah.
And like now in these past few years, I'm like, I'm just gonna be me and weird, and if people don't get along with it, then that's
good.
Then it is what it is.
Do you think that's...
But then I leave and I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
No, I think you'll get better at it maybe, of like not thinking that way. I hope, because...
Can't please everybody, and if you don't, I don't know. Whatever. Do you think I should have said that?
No, you shouldn't have. Often it takes me at least 2.5 hours to fall asleep. That sucks. So I'm sorry you're dealing with that. I have tried breathing exercises, drinking tea, and exercising before bed, essential oils, writing my anxieties down, and much more. Especially with the school year coming up, I'm worried that I will have even more trouble falling asleep because of tests and social anxiety. Nothing seems to be working. Any advice? Thank you so much. Advice-wise, I don't know.
Look
because
into
we
CBD
both...
oil.
Oh yeah, CBD. If it's not legal everywhere though, which is weird.
It is.
It is?
CBD?
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought it wasn't.
CBD you can travel with. It's not THC. CBD is legal.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think. I could be completely wrong.
places
Somebody
it's
told me CBD was legal everywhere.
Oh, okay. But yeah,
you get it in coffee at Joe.
Yeah, you can. There's a coffee place right down the street. You can literally add CBD to the coffee.
But that's just
LA,
like
baby.
Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not legal everywhere. But anyway, it's apparently supposed to like help deal with like stress and a lot of stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if this would help too for falling asleep. There's like sleep with me, like hours.
Excuse me?
Sleep with me websites. No, but it's like YouTube videos. It's like, or I think apps that's like fall asleep to this or something, and it gets your mind in like a different place, and you just kind of like drift off to it. I don't know if that would help at all, but I've seen it before.
Interesting.
Yeah, or I feel like you're kind of that way, and so you like to fall asleep to like podcasts or something to have your mind. Is that because you want your mind somewhere else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my escape.
Yeah.
I would
parents
say
do that too, though. They sleep with the TV on.
My parents sleep with the TV on. They also started feeding me coffee at like 5.
What?
Like it was like this much coffee, like a little bit of coffee, and then like a huge part milk.
Oh my god!
But it got me like I've drank coffee all my life.
Oh my god! Why'd they give you coffee?
I don't know.
You like wanted it or something?
I really wanted it. I was like, you guys are doing it. I want to do it. And like, what can it hurt? I'm like, well, here I am, anxious and whatever. I was gonna say too, maybe look at your eating habits in the sense that, or drinking. Like if you're having caffeine too late, that took me a while to realize. I was like, oh, I ate this meal like right before bed, or I was drinking this every time at bed. Like sometimes that'll give you so much energy, so you don't. And another thing, if you're really anxious like that, it might be, I don't know if it's underactive or overactive thyroid. Isn't that a thing too?
Oh, yeah.
Where it can get you your mind racing.
I'm not sure which one it is. Or, I know this doesn't work for everybody.
I'm so sorry.
You're good. I can't really do it, but it helps some people I know is if you do yoga, like before bed, it gets like your body super relaxed.
I think that's what she said though.
Oh, did she?
Exercise.
Oh, maybe
which
that's
I think
what it is.
Yoga might have been part of that.
It doesn't say yoga, but
yeah.
But yeah, if you are dealing with this also, it relaxes your body and your mind, and it gets your mind in like a place, I guess. Like I've never done it. I can't really do yoga.
Yeah.
I've tried. But you could look up so many YouTube videos. Like you don't need to pay for it.
I need to start doing yoga.
Yeah.
Some yoga.
So that's all, we have to say about that? Sorry, that was like a horrible segue.
And that's all. Anyways.
And that's all about that one. Those are just, that's unprofessional advice. We're not professionals.
Nope.
This one's more about like a back to school problem that I feel like a lot of people relate to because I would relate to this like super hard.
Okay.
Hi, Carly and Bruce.
Can you say your name, Bruce?
Hi, Carly and Bruce. I love watching your podcast and need advice. So last year I was a freshman in high school and I had a pretty big group of friends, and I hate calling myself popular, but I always find myself being friends with more popular people in school.
Okay.
By the end of the year, I had history last hour with 2 guys I dated, a really funny Asian guy that I love talking to, and a good friend of mine. I don't know why only one of them gets called out for being Asian.
Yeah.
Like, why does it matter? Just put it in your mind. Those are normal people. He's, you know, I need to just address that he's Asian. Which is that movie that it took me a while to realize that was a movie. It's called Crazy Rich Asians. There's a movie coming out.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is this promoting? And
They're all over
it's a
LA.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You go.
We had so much fun and talked about hanging out over the summer, but it hasn't happened yet. But now I'm getting worried because as sophomore year is getting closer, I'm scared that freshman year was my peak in popularity and having fun in school. And that when I get back, the people I thought were my friends won't be. I also have depression and anxiety, so I can't tell if I'm overthinking this. Thank you so much. Blah. Please don't say my name if you talk about this in the podcast. Sent from an iPhone. So if you know who sent that from an iPhone, you know who sent that email. I would say the best is yet to come. You know, like, you know, high school. Well, here's what I would say. This is a lesson I learned very recently. And it's like this dumb thought. I don't know if it's like a selfish thought, but I'm like, if people don't reach out to me, then they don't want me to hang out with them. Mm-hmm. But it's
that
like,
makes sense. I mean, I felt
but how many times do people reach out to me and I'm like, oh yeah, I'd love to hang out with that guy. Like, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Let
You
me
have
see
to
what
think
he's
of it
doing.
and
you know,
that way.
like my friend Jordan texted me today. I was like, oh yeah, I want to hang out with Jordan.
Yeah.
And it's like you don't think about that.
Uh-huh.
But it's not like because I'm not inviting him, I don't want to hang out with him.
Yeah.
But in your mind, especially in high school, you're like, well, I don't want to reach out to them because if I'm reaching out to them, it's me putting myself on them. Mm-hmm. But they might not even be thinking about it. So if you reach out and you're like, hey, we should hang out, they might be like, oh, hell yeah. Like, I've been waiting for you to reach out.
Yeah.
Like, it's really interesting to think about. Like,
yeah. Got to put an effort too.
Make the
in
effort.
Friendships.
The effort goes both ways.
Yeah. Because otherwise you're just assuming. Or like, I don't care. I don't. But they might not think that.
Did you, with your friend group, were you kind of like, so, like, how did you find your friend group?
In high school?
Yeah.
I don't know. We were just all friends through classes, I think. And like
Like
we had,
joking around and being like, oh yeah, we have like the same interests.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Sorry,
This is a great podcast.
I'm really sorry. I really just can't remember. Well, I was friends with my good friend Matt, like you know him.
Yeah.
And he was connected to these other people that were all
Sounds like a drug
friends.
lord.
I know, with like
And he had connections.
yeah, and like some of them had gone to like elementary school together, so it just kind of like formed. And we all had like the same humor and stuff and
Yeah.
interests. But we always
But like, was it weird being like, oh, we should hang out outside of this? Like, what? Like, how did that happen? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
I can't remember that either.
Actually, the first time I think was like we wanted to plan a surprise party for Matt for his birthday, and then we just kind of hung out a lot after that. And then graduation.
Oh, that's true. Like, an event will help you bring you together.
Yeah, and then a bunch of graduation parties were happening. Seniors.
So this is senior year.
Well, no, we were juniors, but we knew a lot of seniors.
But that's when you started hanging out with your friends and stuff?
Yeah, like I had different groups of friends, but I think like the most solid one was junior year.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and then we were all really close senior year. Yeah, but like we started hanging out. We like went to all these grad parties together, and then all summer we hung out. And then senior year, we were just like a solidified group.
So yeah, to go off like what you were saying, I don't think it's a peak. I mean, it's your freshman year. I mean, it's going to be different. I remember for me, I relate to that because like freshman year was like, I had like a few friends and like I had like my class friends that I hung out with, but I didn't hang out with them outside of school. And then I started dating somebody and that's who I spent like all my time with through high school. And then senior year, we broke up. And then that summer, like you, like went to graduation parties together with a bunch of people. Then they'd be like, oh, let's all hang out. And then it was like, oh, cool. And then I was like, this is like I remember like even 3 years past like, I like had gone to college, left college. Like, I was like, dang, senior year was like, that summer is going to, like, I'll never top that.
Yeah.
And it took me like 5 years until I was like, oh, no, actually, now I'm at a place where like there's like nothing better than this right now.
Yeah.
So it's like, it changes,
yeah.
you know,
it was
over time.
so fun for me in high school to have a friend group too, because it's just like, it's such a fun, like, I think I just have like a different perspective than a lot of people, but it's just so fun to like go somewhere and like you have a group of people there, but like you can also split up and do your own thing, but then come back for lunch and then like plan something. I don't know.
Why do you think that's different? I feel like a lot of people like that.
Because I always hear people like, I hated high school.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But I
think it meant like
loved high
outside
school.
of that. Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, I just loved high school.
I
Like
loved high school too,
I love
yeah.
the community. Like I love being a part of a community.
That's interesting.
Yeah. That's why I love doing like vlogs and stuff too. It's like all our friends do it and it's like that's our common ground and that's like what we're known for and we can do our own things and we can come together and it's good either way. I don't know. It's very comforting for me. Do you like
That's very
that?
interesting. Yeah,
The
I would just say
community
like I remember at the beginning, like freshman, sophomore year, even junior year, I was like so nervous all the time.
Yeah.
And
Well, what else is new?
I like people knew me at school. A lot of people, like I guess the popular kids, like would have called me like, oh yeah, Bruce is like a quiet kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Weird.
really interesting.
I don't see that at all
and
now.
then we did the talent show, and I sang with like a couple of my friends, and we did "Say It Ain't So" by Weezer.
Oh, nice.
And people were like, "What?" Like, it was really interesting.
You were like, it's me, bitch.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess like with my close friends, it was like everybody knew me as like just fun
Goofy.
and goofy and
Yeah.
weird. But I guess, yeah, like other kids I was in class, like I would say hi to everybody, but it was like, yeah, you're pretty quiet for the most part. It's just so interesting to me because I'm not a quiet person.
And like to now, it's
Yeah.
completely different.
I just think I didn't want to be a troublemaker. I didn't want to like start
Cause
shit
anything.
in
Yeah.
class.
Yeah. Okay, I just wanted to read this one little one because
Yeah.
it's cute.
Yeah, Carly. Yeah.
Yeah. It says, hey, just wanted to say that my first date with my husband was also watching YouTube videos. If you guys don't know, that's what Bruce and I did the first time we hung out. We
Yeah.
just like chilled and watched YouTube videos. It made me super happy to hear another amazing couple did the same. You guys are perfect.
Aw,
It was really sweet.
that's really sweet. Ooh, I'm sorry.
We
I
love
keep hitting your
connecting on. I know, it's fine.
That I don't think I would have like it's great to look back and be like I wouldn't have changed a thing with the beginning of our relationship.
Yeah.
At the time, I'll be honest, like I remember like there were times where I was like frustrated cuz I was like I just wish we could just like kiss and like you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like especially the first like 2 weeks. And I was like, oh, I just want to like make out with this girl and like whatever. She's not
like,
giving me like, but I was like,
You
I'm
gotta
gonna be
wait.
patient, whatever. And I'm so thankful that I was patient and that you wanted to take it so slow.
Yeah.
Because like
You're welcome.
like literally,
No, but thank
Seriously.
you for like not giving up.
but like,
Because you could have. Well, you could have been like, well, screw this.
well,
Like,
then you wouldn't want to be with me. I think we talked about that.
yeah, we did. Yeah. That's
I
true.
remember saying that exact thing. But there's just something about building a foundation that like we were best friends. We became
Yeah.
best friends. Like
Yeah.
I remember being like, oh, I can't wait to hang out with Carly.
Yeah.
And like it was really funny. We were walking down the street and there was just like a shopping cart on the side of the road. And Carly's like, "Oh, should we?" Like one of like the first times we hung out, there was a shopping cart in my hallway of my apartment.
Mm-hmm.
So she got on it and we like took a bunch of pictures with it. And she's like, "Oh, should we recreate like one of our first dates?" And it was just I don't know, it was just like really cool. Like that was like a cool. It was just like two friends hanging out, like
Yeah.
goofing off.
Yeah.
And like I even said to you, like this is so cheesy, gosh. But
No,
like
we love
you
it.
make me laugh. No, we love it.
We love it. Keep going.
You're like putting your hair back. Like you make me laugh like nobody else.
Aw.
And I think that and I said it to people in the very beginning. I was like, we literally just watch YouTube videos like together, like I would have done like with my friends and just laughed.
Oh, same. Yeah.
Same sense of humor. And like when she slips into this voice and like I fucking die laughing every time you do it. And then you're like, Bruce,
Let's go.
yeah.
I'm so hungry. I'm actually so hungry right
Yeah,
now.
I
I
can't
think I'm
wait
going
to
to
eat.
eat this microphone. That's really nice. You make me laugh. I mean, I feel like we just have such a. It's so interesting because it is like a best friendship connection, but also a relationship connection.
Do you think this is like I'm just getting like a little personal on here, but I'm just saying it out loud because you know it's for interesting content.
Okay.
Do you think it's weird we never fight?
Oh. No, because we definitely like argue.
Bicker.
Like we bicker, so I think that's
We
normal.
don't argue. I guess we do kind of argue a little bit.
Sometimes.
But it's never like I've never
mostly
ever
because-
been like
But it's mostly like I'm not communicating well. is what it's never like, why were you talking to him? It's nothing like that.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
I see
always
what
like
you're
really, I feel like it's healthy concerns. You know what I mean? It's not like, why didn't you do this? When it's,
True,
you know,
true.
I don't know how to explain it. It's not like stupid
It's about
petty
stuff
fights.
that matters.
Yeah, and it's not like you didn't text me back in time. Like what, you know, we never talk about that. Or that's not like an issue we have.
Yeah. I feel like we had that.
We did?
Yeah.
When?
When I was in Nashville the first time.
Yeah, but that was still like, I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah,
I think
I know.
That's a thing that I realized too. Like I assume what's happening is going to happen forever. So it's like, oh, he didn't like call me tonight. He's never going to call me any of these nights now. Like
Yeah.
that's my anxiety taking over.
Yeah.
But like I think this time I was like, it was way
Well,
better.
I get that too because like when that would happen, if that happened to me, I'd be like, she's cheating on me.
yeah.
You know what I
So we
mean?
both have different insecurities
Yeah,
about it.
yeah.
Yeah. That's so interesting.
Yeah.
But you don't think about that now, right?
No.
What?
Like, that's not like, that was really.
That seemed like you were lying so hard.
I know, but it's like it's still an insecurity of mine. Like there's always gonna be a part of my brain that's like prepared for that.
With me?
Yeah.
Like, but do you think that I'm going to at some point?
Like there's like little instances like I don't even want to like talk about.
Yeah.
That are like, I'm like okay. Like it's just like really interesting. I don't know. It's built in my brain to just like be prepared. Like I never ever would think you would do that.
Okay.
But if it happened, I'd be like, it sucks that like.
I was right.
Like the little tiny sliver in my brain was like, that would suck if that happened. It's not like, oh, she's gonna do it.
Yeah.
It's like that. I don't know. I can like my brain can flip really quick. The moment like I feel something's off, like it'll be like, yep, this is exactly what's happening.
Oh my God. But that's how I am.
But
with
I'm my
other
own worst.
things.
That's me being my own worst enemy with everything.
Yeah.
If I think somebody's like purposely ignoring me or being a jerk to me on purpose, my brain will flip and justify why they did that and what I did wrong for that to happen.
That's anxiety.
For sure.
Yeah. Because I do that too with other things.
Yeah.
I don't think I don't ever think of cheating or anything, but I think of other things.
Yeah. Well, it's not that I think you would cheat.
Yeah.
It's just like this fear of like.
If it happened.
Yeah.
Or fear that it could happen.
Yeah, I know. I know that makes no sense because that just sounds like I'm just jealous. Or
Yeah.
not jealous, scared you're going to cheat on me or something. But I've
Yeah.
never, like, I'm not jealous with you.
Yeah. Okay. That's good.
There's just like few people I don't trust.
Oh.
But that was like pretty early on. Mm-hmm. Like I was there in the first year. Like little incidents.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That we had
I'll
like.
have to, yeah. I didn't do
Yeah.
anything, guys. I don't want them to
No,
think
no.
I don't
Carly
want
did nothing.
I don't want them
It
to
was
think
like
I was like
things I brought
texting
up.
people or something.
No. It was like things I brought up and we like nipped in the butt
Yeah.
right away.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was one where I was like literally driving home from therapy. And he was like, "Hey, like I'm just wondering like if this ever happened in the past." And like he brought up a few reasons why, and I got so panicked I had to like pull over, and I was like, "No, like
I don't remember what that
I'll
was.
tell you after."
Yeah.
It's like so yeah, but it's funny. Anyways,
That's really funny.
well, I guess this is a longer podcast, but that's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I just like ending it on, something like that. Because it's, I don't know, it's just like really interesting for me to hear like block your face in the camera.
What?
You're just like,
Oh, sorry. I was so interested in what you're about to say.
like just the idea of not fighting. Like, but
yeah.
you're right. There's like little arguments and stuff,
But
which are healthy.
we've never had like don't talk to me or like don't ever text me again or like we've never broken up or like
It's not,
left angrily and like not talked for a day or anything like that.
called? Not toxic, but something like that. It's not like,
Kind of toxic,
yeah, we're not toxic with it.
unhealthy.
Yeah. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, if you're, like, bickering with somebody, you're going to do that even if it's, like, a best friend.
Yeah.
If you're, like, living together or around each other all the time, it's bound to happen. It's how you deal with it is what makes you healthy or
Yeah.
toxic
Yeah.
or in between. Mm-hmm. And I think, yeah. And it's just communicating, like, hey, when you say that, like, it really bothers me. And then being like, oh. And we don't have any more time for any more emails, but one email that did come in was talking about how, like, this girl, I'll just talk about it real quick, was just saying that, like, she would post her picture and her boyfriend would, like, be like, oh, why did you post that? Like, you don't even look good, blah, blah, blah. But I think it was an insecurity
God.
of him being
Yeah.
like, I'll just read it real quick. This is such a long podcast, but it's like, it's all good,
We're good.
We're all good,
I'm like,
dating this guy for a year. I care about him. I love him. Yada, yada, yada. I'm sorry. I'm just like, it's a really long email.
yeah.
I would text. I would post a picture of myself where it would make me feel good. Then I would get a text from him that would just say unnecessary things to me and lower my confidence because I care about this person. And I would cry because I would never expect anything like that from him. Which I would say, and a lot of people are going to say cut him out, and it's like, yeah, I would say that for sure. But you also need to let him know that that's not okay.
Yeah,
and like not that's your role to do that. But in his mind, he might be like, this is okay for me to do this.
Oh, yeah, he'll keep doing it.
And that's fucked up. Like, I feel like somebody like that needs to know, like, hey, you can't do this. It's not okay to, like, bring somebody down. We were just around somebody the other night that I felt like was like that. It's those type of people that will pull somebody away from a conversation and, like, say shit. Like, I won't say it in front of the group, but I'll say it to just you.
Yeah.
It's so
that
manipulative.
Sucks, too, because it's like, I can't even... No one can back me up here because they can't hear it. Yeah.
And they'll like pulling her side and texting her the moment she's like, that's a vulnerable thing. Like you post a picture of yourself, you're like, you know what? Like I remember like posting pictures. I'm like, I'm not making a goofy caption or like whatever. Like, do I look like a douche? Like I feel like a douche posting this picture, but like I just feel good. Like I like the way my hair looks, like whatever.
Yeah.
And then people are just like, oh, what a douchebag. Post a picture of himself.
Yeah.
It's like it makes you feel good when like you post that out there and people are like, cool, do you.
And it usually does better on Instagram.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm like very pro our friend David's this way too. It's really interesting. Very pro people being themselves, which I will shout out David Dobrik for this, where if we've ever like seen a video where people are like shit talking, like, oh, even like Jake Paul or anything like that, where people are shit talking, David's like, I'm not watching this. Like, I hate this stuff.
He doesn't
it's
like
so
that.
easy to make fun of somebody. And like, I totally agree.
It's like the easiest.
So hard
Yeah.
to be like, oh no, I actually really like that content.
Yeah.
Or like, I get where he's coming from. And I understand Jake Paul and Logan have done like some serious dumb shit. So they're bad references.
But it's so easy to be like, make a whole video about how you hate them. Like, we get it. Everybody hates them.
It's so, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. There's ways of making fun of things and it being comedic without going for like the easy
agreed.
jokes.
Agreed.
And that being said, this is our longest podcast ever. Thank you to microphones for allowing this to be recorded. Thank you to video cameras for allowing this to be filmed.
And lights and
lights.
A room.
And
us.
Us. You can follow us at Couple of Issues on Twitter and Instagram. You can follow my girl at Carly Incontro.
And follow my boy at Bruce Wigner, WIEGNER.
Thank you for sticking with us all the way through this.
Thank you so much.
We're having a pretty dope meeting this week, so hopefully you guys might hear some ad reads coming up pretty soon.
Hell yeah.
We'll see you next time. Make sure to smash that subscribe button on all your platforms.
Even on Apple Podcasts, you can do that.
Even on your platform
So do that.
shoes.
Yep.
Feel really weird landing this plane right now, but
Oh, God.
we'll see you next week.
Bye.